that brings this touch to the wine, okay, to be more refreshing white wine, okay? But because the Muscatel, we have 13% of alcohol on this white wine, okay? Did you guys enjoy it? The white is
Yes.
from the harvest of 2022. It's a single harvest. So let's go for the red. The red, we changed the red from the single harvest to a reserva because it makes now all the sense. We are entering in the winter. We want more of full body, more of warmer wine to the lunch, okay? To pair especially with this homemade meal, comfort food, the beef. And with that, Manuel decided with the winemaker produce the red velvet, the reserva from 2021, aged 9 months in the barrel. To bring more this warmer, like for example the dark chocolate and the spices, for example, and a little bit tannins, and vanilla to the wine. It's also a blend with the tea variety. The tea varieties are three. It's the Touriga Nacional. It's the king of the red varieties in the Douro Valley. Then we have Touriga Franca. It's the grape that we plant more in the Douro. And Tinta Roriz. Is anyone here knows Tinta Roriz? No? You never hear it? And if I ask if you know Tempranillo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you know Tempranillo.
It's tempura.
Yeah. It is, those bastards.
Spanish.
They stole the grape from us, and they are the ones famous. But there's a reason for that, because like Paulo said, and I agree with him, the Portuguese really suck promoting our country. Okay, though they stole the grape and they are famous globally with the Tempranillo. It's the same variety, and it is Tinta Roriz, but it is what it is. They say it belongs to them. I say no. There's a reason for that. And this is a fact, it's a real fact, is this. We are making wines in Portugal since the Roman Empire. Okay? So, Iberian Peninsula, Iberian Peninsula is two countries. Spain and Portugal forms the peninsula, the Iberian Peninsula as you call it. So every time you hear Iberian this, Iberian hand, Iberian something, it means Portugal and Spain, okay? The first vine planted in Iberian Peninsula was in Portugal. And I'm talking about 2,000 years BC. Before Christ, not before COVID. Yeah. So, BC, look at that. Anyway, so my friends, understood about the wines that you've been drinking? Any question? No? Okay, let's go for the ports. The ports, we have three types of port. We have four, but I'll only talk about three. Because the fourth one, forget it. I will never talk about that. I can talk, unless you don't like your life. And we can turn into a Dexter tour after, if you want.
Hey, George, why are you still talking? Continue talking.
I'm my friend.
Hey, man, keep talking more than me, my
You need
friend.
more wine? You need more wine?
Now you're making me curious.
Not the glass, always in the bar.
Jeez, that's more fun. Can I work now? Then you complain. I'm gonna throw a clip. Anyway, so there is three types. There is four, but I only talk about three because the fourth one is the rosé port. Okay, we call it pink port. We have more than 10,000. I'm talking low. Okay, like more than 10,000 certified producers to make wine in port in the Douro, and only two big wineries makes the pink port. So if everyone talks about the pink port, it's like an offense. Okay, we don't never talk about that. So it started more or less 20 years ago. That's why, and we are making ports in the Douro for more than 350 years. So you can see 20 years ago started a new one, and they call it pink. My friends, forget it. We don't care about that. So let's talk about the three main ones. Okay, we have rubies, tawnies, and white. Ruby ports. It's a single harvest. They age max 2 years in the big barrels. After 2 years, it's mandatory to send them to the bottle. These ones, the rubies, when they go to the bottle, they continue aging. Why? They are filtered ports. It goes with sediments to the bottle, okay? And the aging will continue inside. And once a year, turn the bottle so the sediments can go with the wine and continue aging, okay? Cool? So these ones also, the rubies, it's always more fruity, like jammy also. Black currant, blueberries, passion fruit. This is what you felt much more on the ruby ports, okay? Also the rubies with the same color, always red color. You don't miss it, okay? It's always red. Yeah, you can find them as a lighter red or a darker red. They are always red color, unless you are color. They are always red color. They don't change, okay? Because they have less contact with the wood, less oxidation, less aging process in the barrel, so they never change color. And it's a big, big barrel. Cool? That's why they are more fruity, all the same colors. Okay? Also, when they are in the bottle, the producer, if he wants to declare he had the best one, he can declare he have a vintage. But for that, he needs first to send a sample of the ruby to the authority, IVDP. This authority have a panel of jury. It's made of 13 wine experts or gurus in the wine industry, like James Suckling, for example, or Robert Parker, the man behind the Wine Spectator. Well, not anymore, but he was. And they will decide if the producer have the quality enough in the high standards, in the high process rules they have to decide if they can declare a vintage. Okay? The decision of this panel of jury needs to be unanimous. Okay? Unanimous. In best aromas, intensity of the fruit and intensity of tannins. Everything in order, we can put on the label saying vintage. Once he can declare he have a vintage, these ones, for collectors, is going to be the best wine. Because all the producers, they want to achieve this. Okay? And increase the brands also. And of course, investors, collectors will buy the wine because they know that every time they buy a bottle of vintage, they never lose money. For example, this bottle costs 70 euros. In 2-3 years, it tripled the price. So this is one of the best investments that people can do. It's in vintage port. We are not talking about bitcoins here, my friends. Okay? You win money with this. But anyway. So, also the vintage port, it's the one that we need to be patient to open the bottle. We need to wait between 15-20 years to open the bottle. I mean, the quality is there, but to have the best experience, 15 to 20 years. Okay, that's why we have a tradition for this. The tradition is when a child is born, we always buy a vintage porter from that year. When he or she turns 18 years old, we open the vintage to celebrate. Okay? Any question? No? Once you open the bottle, a vintage, a very old one, unfiltered, vintage, always unfiltered, you have 1 day to drink it all.
Oh,
Don't believe what people are gonna say to you in your lives. 2 days, 3 days, don't believe it, right? Okay? It's 1 day, that's it. Okay? Even after 5 hours, 6 hours, an unfiltered wine starts to change. Okay? So don't believe 2-3 days. Forget that. So let's go for the Tonys. Tony port. They age minimum 7 years in the smaller barrels. After 7 years, you're going to mix or blend with other years, with other ports. They give to us an average that we put on the label like this one: 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years old Tony. These ones, when they go to the bottle, they stop aging. Why? Because they are filtered ports. Exactly. Okay? What is the problem with that? Anyone knows? There's no problem at all. They are filtered ports. In the barrel. Yeah. No, it's okay.
They may become clear as well, I know.
Yeah. There's no problem because you open the bottle, serve, close it, keep it on the fridge. They last forever. They don't change a bit. Okay? But you are right. With the passing time, when they are in the barrel aging, time, oxidation, and the wood takes the color out to the tonic. I mean, when they go to the barrel, red in color. But the wood, I mean, oxidation takes the color out, it turns into an amber color, caramel, honey, brownish color. Yeah? So the 10 years old tonic is the one that you tasted to pair with the cake. You see the color of the tonic? Look at the color. You see the color of the port? It turns into that color. Older it is, lighter it will be. Yeah? Any questions? It's very easy to understand. Main aromas.
I have a question really quickly. You said the older it gets, the lighter the color?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
When it's aging in the barrel, because the wood takes the color out. Yeah. So, the wood and the time and the oxidation, of course. So, tonics. Main aromas and flavors, walnuts, for example, vanilla, oaky, caramel, honey, that's what you felt more. Canadians, maple syrup. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention that when you taste the 10 years old Tony, more maple syrup, for example?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I hear all the time from Canadians.
And
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's our memory. That's our memory working. I don't know if you know this, but all the time we know, oh, these have these flavors and aromas, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's not really there, okay? It's just our memory that is working. Yeah? Cool. I can explain you more of that in a while if you want. So, the white port. Now, let's go for the white. Dry white and old white. Like I told you guys outside, the dry white, no story to tell. Forget that, okay? But the old white, they are like the tonics, but in the white version. Yeah, very easy to understand them. Old whites. They are also very rare to find on the market. Not everyone aged the white on the wood. Okay? So they are rare to find on the market. You can find them, but this way. Any questions? No? Let's open the bottle. See? Alright, so, yeah.
You come see me after? I have a question about the olive oil.
Sure.
Thank you.
So, the vintage port, because they are old, we need to be patient to open the bottle. And when we wait between 15 to 20 years, we are going to open the bottle with a corkscrew, my friends. What is going to happen?
It's gonna crumble.
Exactly. You're going to crumble, you're going to break the cork, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so we need
Stelvin
the fire.
corks.
Sorry?
Stelvin caps from Australia.
Ah, come on. No way. So, no. We need this, okay? We need an iron tongue. We call it a port tongue, okay? And we always heat the iron on the fire. And we are going to mark on the neck of the bottle like this. We mark on the neck like this, my friends. And we do a little bit pressure, okay? Also, this takes more or less 1 minute. All the iron tongues, there's always a small gap. You can see the small gap over there? There's a small gap, and remember, we need to mark all the neck of the bottle. So we need always to turn around. Yeah? And then I'm gonna use cold water or ice cold water to do what? To cause a thermal shock. The thermal shock won't break the bottle. It will do a clean cut on the neck without damaging the very old cork. Okay? It's not the case. It's not of old vintage. This is from 2019. You can see. We are about to murder a child. But so. Anyway, so my friends, what I'm gonna need is all silence possible. I want you guys to hear the click. It's a thermal shock, so pay attention, okay? Listen to the click, that's the thermal shock. And now my friends, we just need to pray. Let's pray to our God, Cristiano Ronaldo. And with a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
You know the song.
You?
There you go. Okay. little bit of the cork. There you guys. Can you already see the clean cut? A little bit of the cork also. Can you see? Yeah. Good. All right. It means it's a perfect clean cut.
Take the bit.
Yeah. Okay. So now, my friends, we just again wiggle and pull
Wiggle,
like
wiggle.
this. And we open. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
Guys, thank you. Of course, you can see if you want to touch.
No, like hold it, Glenn. Like hold it.
You can hold on.
Like hold it.
Don't be afraid. It doesn't bite. All right, so my friends, it's always a clean cut. You can check it is a clean cut. How? We pass the finger like this. See? And we don't cut ourselves. See? It's a clean cut. And then we need to do two things at the same time.
Filter it.
Ah, yes.
The first thing, it's an art. We need to decant the wine. This is an art, okay? The French, in a posh way, they call it open the bouquet du vin. Second thing at the same time we need to do is to filter the port. Why we need to filter the port? Anyone knows?
Because it's unfiltered.
Sediments.
It has sediments, exactly. So the sediments, it's what is making aging the wine. So we always need to filter, okay? So these sediments that I'm going to show you, the sediments we send to industrial places. And those industrial places, my friends, is going to sell back to the producers as tartaric acid to lower the pH of the barrel and the wine itself. It goes also to pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals will use the sediments also to exactly. In lotions. There we go. Also, is it cake?
Oh, it looks awful.
Well, it's a nice Netflix show. Do you know?
Looks like a
It goes to
Rorschach
fondant.
spot.
Fondant. Ice caking. It's crystallized sugar. Too. That's why. Also, we send them to
France.
Michelin star restaurants.